So I grew up with the documentation of the horror of the experience of the victims. There were survivors in my neighborhood. As a rabbi, I've had survivors as members of my congregation over the years. But to turn and look at it from the point of view of the planning and the intention of the Nazis to do this, the meticulous nature of their documentation of the details, blueprints like these, and records of memos with work assignments and roles and responsibilities, each group that had its own part to play, however small, and the workers who would be required to do the work, is equally overwhelming because it was so intentional, it was so planned, it was so meticulously carried out, so careful. And throughout the war, Hitler never diverted resources from the war effort. He never diverted resources from the effort to exterminate the Jews. So when we see plans like these, when we see the documentation of necessary supplies and personnel needed to carry this out, it's just bone-chilling. Well, one of the things that we've always said is never forget. Never again, never forget. And I think we are finding as years go by that we remember in different ways, and that it's very difficult to forget when it seems that each year brings new evidence that is being discovered from archives in the former Soviet Union, from archives in Germany, from archives in Poland and other places. So there are constant reminders, but how we focus on it year after year, what we look for, what we look at, I think necessarily changes over time as our perspectives change, but also as living memory moves into historical memory. And so it's particularly important that we say this was real, and that it is our obligation to know, to bear witness,